All right, folks, welcome in. This is not a show match. This is a decider. So basically, whoever wins here goes into the main event of Warlords 5. Now, Warlords is a 9-villager start, and this is Black Forest. And what that means is they have even more villagers to commit into a Vill fight. So if this was standard 6-villager start, or 3-villager start, rather, you might see a little bit of a scuffle in the middle. But with 9 villagers, man, they just got more villagers to send. We've got TaToH in the red hoping to qualify. We've got DauT in the blue hoping to qualify. And I watched DauT play his set yesterday, and it was like 10 villagers fighting in the middle. So I would expect that they might continue to do this. Both players really like their Vill fighting and quick walls. TaToH at least likes his quick walls. And Black Forest is often about the position, so DauT's rushing through. TaToH's coming forward here. We've got gifted subs from RJ. Thank you, RJ. DauT's going to kill. He gets close to killing and does kill a villager to start it all off. No, where's my boxing mod? My boxing mod is gone. Okay, well, chat, you're going to have to help me out, okay? Pretend I have it on. Use the emote for me. The stupid mod becomes disabled every once in a while, which is annoying. But yeah, you've both committed to this. Just to explain why, right? First off, you have to fight for the middle position. It's too important. And then once both players commit, you don't want to lose something you committed a lot to. So then you have to commit even more. And look at DauT. He's rotating back some weak Vills. He's bringing in fresh Vills. So far, the KD is 1-0. And TaToH will have to send back some Vills. TaToH has to be really careful here because he doesn't have nearly as many Vills. He's now building walls in DauT's wall. Which just looks super funny. And now DauT's like, wait a second. You're not going to trick me. He is missing a piece. I'm sure he'll realize. Okay. And now TaToH is building a wall behind DauT's wall. And now, okay, they're both going to be walled. So they have essentially given up. TaToH is actually going to try and fight through again. I think he's just checking DauT to see if DauT's ready. Behind this, TaToH is a villager. And DauT could have quick-walled it. And DauT didn't get the quick-wall down. DauT had a relatively, what I consider, easy opportunity there. TaToH is through with a sneak. And TaToH's villager is through. Now, this is explored, so TaToH knows about these boars. DauT's already trying to bring these boars in. They skip lumber camps usually. Like, the whole eco changes when you have all this early walling. All right. What do we name this Vill, guys? Give me a good name for a Bohemian sneak villager controlled by TaToH. I think this is why TaToH decided to just wall, because he's got some other way to affect the game. Dan? Really? That's what you came up with? Dan? Bob? No offense to Dans and Bobs. I was expecting something a little bit more. DauT doesn't know about where this Vill is exactly. Villager's just down here. Vladimir? Okay, gets an option. Here comes TaToH bringing in his boars. You guys go ahead. You keep giving me ideas. And one's going to click for me, and we're going to stick with that, all right? Look, I think DauT is looking back here for that villager. Because there's no other reason to go back here. His scout is super weak. We're going to name this guy... weird names here, guys. It's funny. Some of you guys are going for a very bohemian name, and other people are going for like a very Spanish name because it's TaToH. So I like the variety of names we're getting right now. There's a barracks now. Ooh, okay, now we have an extra thing to go off of. This person's built a barracks. Now I'm liking Bob. Bob the barracks, Bill the Let's call it... Oh god, guys, so many subs. Let's just call him... I need like a random name generator here. That would be a good feature, Capture H. That would be a good feature. Let's go Barry. Barry, who's built the barracks. Not that much more creative than Dan and Bob, I will admit. But he's there. The barracks is up. DauT does not see any of that. So DauT doesn't have an idea... I assume DauT's got to change his whole game plan here, right? He's kind of playing like TaToH's not here. He's been galleys. He'll get 2 additional Vills when he makes it to the next stage. Plus, he also killed villagers from TaToH. And he's got the dock as well, and he's added a fishing ship here. But, like, if TaToH goes man-at-arms and archers here, DauT's woodline is right next to this, which TaToH also doesn't know, by the way. Lieutenant Dan, thanks for 25 gifted. We've got a hype train rolling right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Supplies. Thank you, RJ. Thank you, guys. Really helping to bump the numbers up after a little bit of time off after Red Bull, and obviously prior to that was Titans League. So good to be online. What's up, Kick? Welcome. El Cuban, welcome back. What's up, Perrin? Says T90, how do you feel about the Vikings making this riskiest pick of the first round of the draft? Nah, dude, that kid's going to crush. Everyone's going to look back like that was a no-brainer. I'm very happy with the Vikings draft. Very happy with everything we've done with our draft. Now, in true Vikings fashion, it's probably going to look horrible, but... So it's interesting, from DauT's perspective, TaToH's uptime isn't really that quick, because in DauT's position, DauT's resources are looking good to go Castle Age. This is what DauT can see. Now, if DauT sees a Spearman, which he does, now he knows there's a barracks, and I don't know if adding that Spearman was actually the right play for TaToH, but he needed his scout, and now he sees that DauT's woodline is there. Now, DauT should check down here, because this is where the Spearman came from, and all of a sudden, he sees the archer range, and now he knows pressure's coming from TaToH. TaToH is really in need of doing some damage, though, because DauT is on the way up. That's really nice damage control from DauT. What does DauT choose to do? Does he drop a tower here or something? The supply's making me feel bad for taking some time off and being off a little bit. Thank you, though, dude. Okay, so TaToH's also rushed through the middle. So that's kind of nice. I forgot about that too. So he ran right through the middle, and he probably needs to wall that at some point. But now he's coming through this way. Complete chaos from TaToH, but he did have to tower there. So now he can't tower here. Well, look at how much DauT is shifting to gold right now. And DauT still hasn't lost a Vil, but of course, as I say that, he's going to lose one. Very possible he ends up losing two. Yep, loses two. TaToH going for a forward dock here could be an option. But remember, the docks do fire arrows now, which really disrupts any forward docks. Archers are going to loop around this way towards the gold. This isn't completely walled yet for DauT, but if you placed a house there, now it is. It's actually really good damage control from DauT. It's a lot of pressure. And if he can play towards some Scorpions, I think he can be fine here. Like, Scorpion should actually be very, very strong against everything that's coming out here. Yeah, it's easy to say TaToH didn't need this tower, but we just don't know, because maybe DauT would have stonewalled behind. I still don't think that DauT is realizing just how crazy TaToH is playing this. Like, DauT running this way, now he sees a stable, and he's like, wait a second, a stable? Like, TaToH is going full chaos mode. Klein, Exit, thank you, Aviv, thank you, Alpha Crit, so many subs, thank you guys. DauT buys some stone, I gotta turn the market events back on. Or am I wrong? Did he not buy stone? I feel like Capture Age didn't show it. No, I'm just dumb, because he didn't build the tower yet. He saved that stone. I was blaming Capture Age. It's more of a me thing. All right, tower goes up. I mean, he could potentially rush this down with a couple Vils too. He's in Castle Age, so his tower's stronger anyways. But TaToH knows there's some weak villagers there, and TaToH's really good at tower rushing, so he snipes a Vil. He hops out again. He's going to get another one. Wow, that's so well played from TaToH. Damn, that's so well played. He also does have the archers and the spearmen, and Bob. Let's not forget... Oh, Barry, excuse me. His friends call him Bob, but, you know, we only get to call him Barry. DauT's going full monks here to start it off on Black Forest. And Bengali monks should be really good. Even against 1 or 2 scouts. If it's like 6 scouts, you have a problem. But DauT is on gold. DauT has some fishing ships bringing in food. There's still only 300 food of shorefish left, so he'll eventually need fish traps. He's honestly damage controlled perfectly. And if he can just get this wall down again, then the other scouts can't come through. Now the tower's there. And now TaToH hops out. And no, DauT's gone too far. He's gone too far. The tower hits. 2 monks down. That's not good. He does convert an archer there. But TaToH, it's like in some ways this has gone very well for TaToH, in other ways not. But I like the chaos. Hopefully you guys like the chaos too, because this, we joke this could be a stalemate scenario where the game goes on forever. Both these civs are very strong on Black Forest. Fletching is in, and they'll have the hill, so maybe that monk can actually get sniped. And TaToH kills another monk, does trade an archer or two, but is building a tower there, and still is the scouts here. So, I mean, DauT is in a very uncomfortable position at the moment. The tough thing for TaToH is really going to be, can he balance his economy to get to Castle Age? But I'm seeing farms. I'm seeing some fishing ships as well. He'll definitely use the market at some stage. I just really thought DauT was going to go siege. Like, I feel like if he went siege, he does so much more against this. But he tried to go monks, which is not proving to be very good because the scouts out from TaToH and more monks go down. And now a tower is up, and now the archers can go right in here. Luckily for DauT, he could just move to another wood line. But holy chaos from TaToH. And another villager goes down. We've got a crazy hype train rolling right now. Thank you, chat. Thank you again, Supplies. What's up, Captain? Welcome. I think for DauT, he really needs to stick to the positives. And that's that he's still in Castle Age. His monks are still pretty strong. He should be able to convert a scout there. Wow, that's good. So now he's got 2 scouts. And DauT has added the armored elephant. He's going to make a move for the stable. I think TaToH's done good damage, but is it enough damage? Because he doesn't have too many scouts in that stable. It'll start to go down. And that's still a lot of monks here from DauT. Before it was a little sloppy because DauT ran into the tower. But had DauT not run into the tower, those scouts probably wouldn't have killed these monks. Remember, they're Bengali monks, so they're super strong. Yeah, TaToH's going to lose that stable. He's actually getting forging in the blacksmith before the blacksmith goes down, so that'll go down as well. That could be a conversion too, by the way. The scout just still running around. DauT wants conversions on the archers again. Archers will go into the tower. Scout's about to get forging. And with the hill as well, points down a monk. Well played. TaToH never fully stonewalled this, though, which is a real issue. Like, DauT could actually be through. Like, big time. And maybe send scouts or monks or anything through. Barry's still chilling back here, guys. Let's not forget about Barry. Barry the Builder. It's a spin-off of Bob the Builder. It's not going very well. Oh, God. DauT loses another monk. It's just so chaotic, you can't pay attention to every single one. Well played from TaToH in that regard. What a crazy game. And TaToH's going for 2 more stables back here. Now, this is where I could see DauT start to think about moving forward. And DauT's thinking that there won't be additional scouts. Like, he killed the stable. It's very uncommon that Bohemians are going to have 2 additional stables. But it makes sense against monks, right? To play like Cav. TaToH's also getting crossbowmen and bodkin arrow, which feels kind of crazy, but he does have some ranged units out. The blacksmith, though. Oh, blacksmith, bodkin. It's DauT bodkin. Denied. TaToH might not realize that either. Blacksmith is very cheap for the Bohemians. You can always make another one, but he doesn't. So I think he's going to assume that he has bodkin arrow. Oh, no, Barry was on the task. And now Barry... No, don't lose him. Don't lose him. He's the reason we have this game. Not Barry. No, not Barry. Where are the light cav at? Monks are everywhere back here. Elephants back here too. Again, bodkin not being in means the tower is way less potent, way less strong. Light cav went to the middle. Where's Barry? He's dead. He's dead. Salute him. Remember him. That's the most important thing. Just please remember him. He did good work for his people, but unfortunately, after Barry falls, everything else is falling as well. The crossbows have gone down. Chat, don't actually type F, because then I think my stream went down. Can we use the F emote at the very least to pay respects properly? Don't drop an actual F, because then I think I dropped. Or you can just continue to do it, actually, because it seems like you really like that. Anyways, we regain composure here. We recenter ourselves on what this game is. And DauT's ahead. TaToH's going to be on 3 TCs. TaToH does have the light cav. TaToH still is not fully walled, by the way. What does F mean? It's an old internet meme where you had to press F to pay respects to someone. I don't even know what game it came from, to be honest. But then the internet decided we will never forget. It was COD. Okay, yeah. So it was COD. You had to press F to pay respects, and it just became a meme. So I don't know which COD it was, but it was like one of the COD campaigns or something. DauT dropping the 3rd town center. DauT's played very well, guys. DauT's played very, very, very well. He's very comfortable in Black Forest. He's got 6 fish traps here. TaToH's got about the same. Neither player able to invest into like more fishing ships and fish traps. DauT has a lot of wood banked up. What DauT needs, though, is he needs an army to stop the light cav. So here, if DauT adds a barracks and adds some spearmen, he's completely fine. But him not doing so would just be so... Well, how do I come up with a way to describe this? DauT. It would be so DauT for him to just sit here with monks when his opponent has light cav, not add spearmen in front, and then lose all of his monks, and then be thinking, I thought Bengali monks were OP or something, right? Oh, wow. TaToH's going to chop through? Damn, that's crazy if TaToH can come through again. I didn't even think about that scenario. And neither has DauT. DauT doesn't know TaToH's been on that wood line. It's a cool Black Forest game. I mean, DauT's going to run in. He's feeling confident like TaToH's not going to be prepared for him. TaToH's getting devotion, and he's got light cav. And he should wait till DauT goes in pretty far, because then DauT can only escape through this area. This is going to go horrible for DauT. I actually can't believe that he's choosing to advance forward here. This is insane. I mean, he's going to lose every single monk. The wall behind is good. He starts to convert the fishing ships, which is actually rather annoying. Here we go. How many conversions, guys? Go ahead and guess. How many conversions will DauT get here? He has Bengalis. He sees a stable. He's like, that could be a problem. Where is TaToH? Oh, TaToH's going to his base. TaToH's cut through, and TaToH is not going to go for the monks here. He is cut through, and he's going to castle drop DauT's base. He's like, surprise, buddy. DauT's probably like, what? How is that happening? This is an absolute masterpiece from TaToH. Oh my god. And that's way better than taking down the monks. You probably can circle back to kill them. DauT was never expecting there to be anything in his base. The light cav are coming in to kill Vils. The castle's up on the hill in between the gold and that town center. DauT's getting completely massacred now. Now he is in a position to maybe push TaToH. And it's back to our original question. How many conversions will DauT get? He cannot lose these monks now. The TaToH's losing town centers to the elephants. He also lost the dock. So TaToH's taken some big losses as well. DauT is on the way to the Imperial Age. TaToH's going to take some stone. The TaToH using the town center to shoot some of the monks. How many conversions will DauT get? He's locked in a couple. The town center, though, is focusing down the monks, and TaToH also converted the monks with his own monks. He got atonement somewhere in there. Town center's not garrisoned, though, so these monks are continuing to run. TaToH have to quickly re-garrison. Oh, this is so chaotic. TaToH's building another castle. There's light cav over here. DauT got more conversions than people originally predicted. But, guys, I think he is still going to lose everything here. And there's going to be 2 castles on his face. And he doesn't have a castle of his own to build trebs. I mean, multiple town centers are going to be surrounded by castles. And TaToH completely full clears him here. It wasn't without taking damage, though. He did take some really big damage. Like losing the dock hurts. The idle time hurts. And DauT will be an imp. So, like, if DauT can make trebs here, he can, in theory, take down both these castles. This is such a good game. I saw Black Forest game 1, and I was like, oh, no. It's just going to be a Vil fight into a full wall into a stalemate game. This is actually insane. We are witnessing greatness right now. And I don't know who's going to win. Because, like, you could easily say TaToH, because that was a really good minute for him. He's got lots of kills. But TaToH's not in the Imperial Age. TaToH doesn't have an answer for trebuchets. He does have 18 light cap, but what can he really do with the light cap? Except push into a castle, which would be difficult. Imp TC is fine. Don't worry. I checked that. The Imp TC is actually a safe one for DauT. It wasn't this one or the other one. They actually just produced 2 more villagers, both those TCs. DauT doesn't actually have any gold right now, which is a very big deal. This is so TaToH, man. Just able to focus on these tiny details. TaToH needs to get up to the Imperial Age, but if you see your opponents in Imp this much faster, you might also consider just staying all in Castle Age and making Rams and light cap to dive here. Especially if you realize DauT doesn't have gold. But DauT can make pikemen without gold, and then you just spend gold on trebs. And he also has 4 relics here, so that is some gold income. I think TaToH should click Imperial Age and then decide on what other chaotic things to try here. So, DauT sacrifices another villager there. And TaToH has enough stone to repair for a little while here. Basically, any stone and gold that TaToH takes in this position becomes very valuable long term, because that's stone and gold that DauT won't be able to get. And there's TaToH on the way to Imp in the back TC, in case he's pressured through the middle, which, I mean, he could be. It's a great day to be a viewer of this game. Horrible day to be a villager in DauT's game. It's just one of those. He's lost 49 eco. But he does still have 100 eco. So that's good. And DauT still losing some monks, which is going to be a problematic trend. Monks cost gold for a player that doesn't have a lot of gold, but he does have the pikemen. And Bohemian light caps suck. Don't get bloodlines. They don't get much better than they do right now. And TaToH's starting to lose a castle. Could maybe lose 2 castles soon. And then TaToH will be castleless at home. Shout out to this stable that's in DauT, that's in the base. DauT should make something and send it into TaToH's base right now. But he's still full focused on protecting his eco. Someone in chat says this was GG 5 minutes ago. Okay, for who? Who was it GG for 5 minutes ago? Because I'm seeing TaToH lose a castle now. He's about to lose 2 castles, which means he's castleless. And he's got an army of light cav against pikemen. So, I mean, DauT's definitely got opportunities here. He's going to reclaim some of these resources eventually. But TaToH's going to sneak, build a TC over here, take what's left of this stone. He's even wants to... Oh, that's a DauT TC. That's funny. Okay, well, TaToH's even got villagers sneaking back there. The GG, TaToH wins. I mean, I would agree that TaToH has the lead. But I wouldn't agree that this is, you know, convincing and over by any means. Light cav will come in. I think DauT's struggling to deal with it. TaToH's just... That's been the theme, is TaToH just finds that one extra gear of chaos. And so TaToH is being chased down over here, and then there weren't enough pikemen to protect this TC. TaToH is switching the range units. That's going to end up being the key. Can TaToH have enough time to get range unit upgrades to get the big mass? Very nice recovery from DauT. And it shouldn't take too long. He can take down this TC and those archer ranges very quickly, but he depends on what he sees. Like, basically, DauT can't push back right now. He needs to hold and stabilize. Yeah, he only saw the town center. That's exactly what I would expected to happen. I would just click the TC, and you don't see the archer ranges where TaToH's going to create units, and he's even going for another archer range back here. But now that DauT has gold again, he's going to make elephant archers. Elephant archers are really costly, but very strong. I don't think DauT knows about those archer ranges fully yet. But he should know he didn't kill the Vills, and that TaToH's probably going to sneak back here. There's the light cap. Now we see the skirmishers for TaToH. Yeah, these skirms have all the attack upgrades too. The elephants are far from having the upgrades that you would really want here. You have to invest a lot of resources to get them maxed out. I actually like the choice from DauT to go skirmishers for now. You have to wait for a beefier economy before going for elephants. The pikes get good value. You make your own skirms in there. It basically matches your opponent's skirms, and it's fine. And TaToH's still sneaking back here. And DauT saw that. DauT's pikeman went back down there. Yeah, I think DauT can't really push. So you got to clear this and then focus on a push. But the whole game from TaToH has just been bring the unexpected and create a lot of multitasking on a map which typically is very one-sided and one-dimensional in the middle. And I would say so far the game plan has worked. I don't think... I asked the person who said this was GG to tell me who it was GG for, and they're remarkably silent. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude calling you out. I was just making a point that this is still a playable game. Because if it was GG, how do we have both players at 170 pop? People say things they don't expect the streamer to respond to them. So, it is totally GG. For who? You said it was GG over 10 minutes ago, dude. For who? DauT's got 4 relics. DauT's got Mahayana. Who's dead here? Make a claim. Back it up. And no response yet. So doubling down but not answering the question. DauT's got all of his gold back. Elite Elfin Archers with Bengalis. Very, very, very hard to stop. DauT needs to get the unique tech, though. Ratha's and Elfin units attack 20% faster. That is a damn big deal. So he's listening to me, but he's just refusing to answer the question. And maybe, I don't know, maybe his keyboard's messed up. Maybe the only words he can say, it's GG. Maybe he doesn't have the characters required to say TaToH or DauT. And 0F says TaToH will win. I mean, I could see the arguments. If TaToH can get to enough Hoofnitsa here, Hoofnitsa's on the way, can be very, very strong. But if DauT can lean back into monks again and get redemption, he always has the opportunity to convert the cannons as well. And DauT's eco, amazing job at recovering. Like, how is he not dead? He lost 65 villagers, right? Oh, you saying GG as in it's just a good game. Yeah, but that's not what they meant. When they said it was GG 5 minutes ago, they meant the game was over. I get what you guys are saying. Chad backing him up. Yeah, it's true. DauT had redemption a long time ago. I guess the main thing would be block printing. I think now that he sees the cannons, he'll consider a couple more monks. But he still needs a couple more upgrades for these elephants. He has them now. I think this will be it. Here we go. T90, don't be mean. I'm not being mean. Blueberry jam. All right. I'm just being realistic. I'm making a point. It is a Black Forest game. We have to throw in some other things here or there. Why do you bully viewers? Says someone named Ass Inspector. I'm pretty sure you're bullying yourself with that username. Was that mean? That might have actually been bullying. I'm sorry. We've got a good economy for TaToH. The Trebs are stacked up here for DauT. They still outrange the bombard cannons. There's quite the choke point here. DauT is actually taking down the trees with his Trebs to create a wider choke. Meanwhile, TaToH's got 60 skirmishers. I mean, that's a lot of skirms. Someone told me, I don't know who, that skirmishers are the best unit in the game. So if that's true, this could be a problem. But DauT's going for light cav. That's a lot of stables. By the way, guys, this is just one red outpost. Okay? So someone named Gregory is going to show up in like 10 minutes and act like I'm not spectating the game properly. I'm pointing out now for Gregory that is an outpost and not a unit from TaToH. That's 2 Hoofnitsa down to the Trebs. But that's all the Trebuchets down. Oh, man, that's worth it for TaToH. And DauT's going to move in with the light cav now. DauT not having the attack upgrades kind of hurts, though. And TaToH has timed the halbs pretty much perfectly. There's not that many of them, but I think there's enough to hold for the time being. Elephants are still really strong. The DauT diving in, sniping some monks. Would really like to see him snipe the cannons, though. You've got some of the elephants in there. Click the cannons. DauT lost a lot of units there, guys, and his elephants are very pricey. For TaToH, the only thing he'll ever spend gold on now is those cannons, and the rest of it is going to be spears, and the rest of it's going to be skirms. These elephants, they're good, DauT, but I think you need the meat shield in front. The light calf need to be positioned there, and eventually DauT's going to need siege again. Let's not forget that DauT lost a lot of gold units when he lost those monks earlier in the game. So in the back of my mind, I'm wondering how much longer can DauT sustain this production. For now, it feels like it's more than fine. These elephants just can't be killed. Skirms don't even counter them, man. In terms of population efficiency, these elephants are way better than skirms. You need like 60 skirms to combat 30 units. And then there's the light cav, and here the light cav will snipe a treb. TaToH has done literally everything he can do here, and it still might not be enough. DauT just needs his siege right now. He sniped a lot of Hoofnitsa, but he needs to have his own siege right now, taking down this castle. Man, elephant archers are such a tanky unit. The fact that DauT's just sitting underneath a castle and next to skirmishers like it's no problem is ridiculous. I don't know if he can make that many more of them. Just double checking the gold on this side. He's got 3k more gold before he's out. Honestly, it got a little wasteful here for DauT. And by a little wasteful, I mean very wasteful. He never really regrouped his units. I think he's looked back at home to do a couple things, but like, I would have liked to see him take those fights and then back up for a second. Now he's backing up. TaToH's got more skirms on the way. Light cav will make it into the back. I don't know if the light cav will do too much there, though. Because again, there's going to be castles back there from TaToH. And now TaToH is regrouping. DauT's elephant count's only 11. And if it's just light cav diving, they don't have a chance against those halbs. And that castle from DauT, you can tell like his thought process was win the fight, castle, and treb push. But it's too late now. And now that castle, I think he actually deletes. Yeah, he deletes it. So he loses half the stone. He's going to place one further back. I think this game is going to be decided over the next few minutes because DauT is definitely prepping like he's going to go for one big fight to win the game. Remember, DauT had like 3k gold left on his side. Now he's got, yeah, around 3k as well. The rest of the gold, there's 7.5k. So TaToH's got a little bit more gold. TaToH needs to take this gold there. Both these civs have such good late games. The DauT diving. Would love to see those light cav with the extra attack, guys. Like, that +2 attack could make a difference with taking the Hoofnitsa. He dives in again, though, and he snipes them all. And his castle should complete. It takes TaToH quite a bit of gold to get back, and TaToH isn't mining that gold actively. So, getting to a lot of Hoofnitsa might actually be difficult for TaToH again. Who is this GG for, by the way? Someone says, I'm confused, T90. He says, it seems like the game is still going, but that one chatter said that it was over 30 minutes ago. Somebody gift that guy a sub. I gotta be in defense of the players every now and then, you know. Honestly, though, type a 1 in chat if you were playing in DauT's position if this game would have been over 30 minutes ago. Because I'm with you on that. The amount of damage that TaToH has inflicted to DauT this game is unbelievable. It was enough where you could easily fall into the trap of thinking it was game over. And honestly, TaToH's maybe played well enough where this game should have been over, and DauT still pushing him. DauT still holding. DauT will take another Hoofnitsa. He loses a lot of light cav. He might lose some elephants here too, but his resources are looking fantastic, dude. I do think, and I've experienced this before, with my Hayana, you don't want to be at 117 eco. You actually want to be at like 140. I think the way to play with that tech is when your units are this expensive, you want to be like 140 eco all the time, so you still can have the same amount of military pop space as your opponent, but always afford to like lose numbers. It's very easy to fall into this situation where you get that and then you can never be fully pop capped, even with 80 on food. Especially against Bohemians, because the light cap just melts. Against those halbs anyways. Hoofnita are going for the castle. It's not your typical DauT castle, but it's a castle for DauT that he loses. And I think he will regret that one. But it certainly felt like he was ready to push the middle. And he still could. Lightcav will dive in for those skirms. Lightcav will take a trebuchet. We've seen this before, where DauT's elephants, if they're in a big enough mass, are dangerous. And here they are. Now, if the Hoofnita connect with them, that's the best thing you've got out there to take down the Ellies. But even then, it still takes multiple volleys to ever kill them. TaToH only has 3 of them. He did find this gold. We are now at the point where gold is getting really, really tough to come by. Only 5,000 gold remaining. And this isn't walled, so I like the idea from DauT to go try and raid. But now you need your Lightcav buffer. The Lightcav need to be here in front of your Ellies, I think. Oh, God. Oh, DauT. Oh, DauT. Oh, DauT. He's trying to push. His trebs, though, are all being sniped by more cannons. The Lightcav are off raiding. Their Treb is still alive. Treb is actually still alive. The Lightcav are getting some damage. TaToH has react. Treb staying up is huge. Hoofnita going down as well is a pretty big deal. What a close game. What a close game. The other Hoofnita gets sniped. TaToH doesn't have any on the field. Is DauT doing this? Maybe when that one guy claimed it was game over before, he was saying that DauT had already won. That's what he meant. We've been wondering who on earth was winning, because this game has been so close. Lightcav will run to the left side now from DauT. Elephant count is super low again, though, which is worrying. And he is now out of mineable gold. He is goldless with 7 elephants. And TaToH's got golds. And TaToH's making trash units. The fact that DauT doesn't even have halb tech is going to be an issue, right? I mean, even TaToH has Lightcav techs. If you think about it, the Civ doesn't get Hussar. TaToH needs to notice this. If he notices this, I think he's in a better position. If he doesn't notice this, this could catch up with him. But yeah, TaToH saved so much golds. TaToH does react to that. Nice reaction. It's true. TaToH doesn't have Blast Furnace yet. So imagine how strong his halbs would be if he had that tech. They're already insanely strong. DauT does have that one additional relic. So maybe that makes a difference, but his siege is such an issue here for the Bengalis. Like, they don't get Bombard Cannon, they don't get Siege Ram, they get the Siege Elephant, but just feel like it's going to be so difficult for DauT to continue this. And he will snipe 2 Hoofnita. He does lose most of his elephants. You can hear the sad elephant noises. There's just 1 elephant now. And DauT will spam Lightcav and skirms, but if there's Hoofnita in there, and TaToH does continue to lose them, but if there's like 6 to 8 Hoofnita, they will wreck skirmishers on the other side. TaToH maybe needs to wall a little bit to create some choke points here. So DauT keeps running through, and that's like not something you should ever allow. Maybe just wall right behind here with some gates. Bohemians just so dominant in this position, and now DauT will go for block printing. So yeah, he's hoping to convert these. There's no time limit. There's no way you can win. There we go. The outpost goes down. That's good to see. There's no way you can win this game beyond just finishing your opponent. It's a best of 5, and I think TaToH realizes he's in the driver's seat now. It's a really good game for DauT. Oh, TaToH backs away, actually. Like, basically, TaToH doesn't need to be aggressive at all. That one relic, in my opinion, doesn't make that big of a difference. He just needs to slow crawl, slow push here. So. And Lightcav will dive in. Just watch the skirmishers, though. I mean, watch all of DauT's units and watch how quickly they die. Everything in DauT's army looks like paper against this army. Also, I think there's an argument that TaToH shouldn't make any more skirms. I think if you go like 60 halbs, 10 cannons, DauT can't do anything against it. I guess there he could go for monks. So it might be good to have some skirmishers in the mix. And TaToH's castle goes up. Doesn't DauT have gold near his TC T90? Yeah, he does! He's got 1k gold right there, bro! What? He doesn't see it clearly. He's saving it for later, guys. It's just leftover pizza in the fridge. Everyone knows leftover pizza hits hard. The longer you wait as well, right? If you know that pizza's in there and you're just like, no, I'm going to wait until 1 a.m. I'm going to wait till 2 a.m. The longer you wait, the more satisfying it is. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, to be honest, though, I feel like regardless, that this result would be inevitable. Because this has been GG for 40 minutes, guys, right? Honestly, DauT never even had a chance. Why did he play on? It's not like he was able to get... It's not like he was almost able to break TaToH or anything. It was over. Why do we even play this game? And by the way, Rudio keeps playing into it. He's in chat still, and he says, I told you it was GG. But for who? This is your chance. You could say it was GG and TaToH was going to win. I can't wait to look up your chat history. Because every chat message that I've seen, you're still just saying the same phrase, which is actually hilarious. That's so funny, dude. Again, though, TaToH played well enough to win this game way earlier. DauT did an incredible job to stay in this, but this is where it all starts to look very, 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 very bad. You know what he would need is like a petard through the wall and then a big raid on the left. You can't fight the choke point easily anymore. It's just no longer a possibility. Before it was chaotic, but now TaToH's got a really nice setup. And he's realized he just needs to control the halbs in front of the Hoofnita, and Hoofnita kill everything else. You don't actually need skirms now. And TaToH using the Hoofnita on the skirms and the Trebs on the castle. And castle falls for DauT, which means all of this is for the taking. There goes DauT running around. He'll try and get to the cannons. How many can he get? He doesn't get any cannons. He doesn't get the Treb. Oh, man. Pain. Amazing play from TaToH. This is why you pick Bohemians, though. There's a reason people are terrified of this civilization. Halb Hoofnita kills pretty much everything in the game. Like, all civs. It covers all your bases. I'd say Turks are actually really dangerous against, because Turks at least have more range on their cannons. But, like, anything you suggest against, I guess, Champion, right? You would suggest Champion against Halb Hoofnita specifically, but then they have Gunpowder they can mix in against the Champion, so it's never easy. TaToH will take the hill. DauT probably can't believe it because he did play so well. And that is a Black Forest game. Dude, if every Black Forest game was that, you might never find me in another game. That was cool. And honestly, it all comes back to Barry the builder, Barry the Sneakville. And TaToH is super cool. He snuck through, and then he went through this way, like through the middle. Then the chop through this wood line was extra epic. DauT never expected that. If that didn't happen, I think DauT might have won this game. But TaToH wins the game. Now for YouTube, later on, because you're going to see this, if you want to see the full series, we'll have the full series on the Extras channel, and that'll be in the video description. But game one goes for TaToH. Yeah, clearly it was over. That's true. Clearly it was over. They were just dragging it on. But this is what I mean. Look how good DauT's eco was. 65,000 food, 19k gold. He brought in very good resources this game. I think that one moment with the elephants, if he just had Trebs, guys, like wherever that was, here. If he has Trebs right now, like right in this moment, I think he wins. But the problem was he started winning the fight. He then doesn't have the siege. He queues up the siege and gets the Trebs. And then by then, the elephants had already been killed off. But if he had it in that moment, I think TaToH loses the whole front of his base and it becomes a big issue for TaToH. And DauT will actually feel so bad about that, too, because that was his moment. Just lacked the final step. Great game, though. All right, guys, here we go. So, again, 9 villagers start in Warlords means we might see a lot more Vil fighting. We've got Vietnamese for TaToH. We've got Muisca for DauT. And maybe DauT has factored in the 9 villagers start in with this civilization pick. My first thought was he wants to play Champies because of the extra melee armor upgrades. But what he could do is he could go for a settlement in the middle right away. And yes, with the settlement, you could technically take the tree and you could take the zebra. Actually, hold on. Settlements healing nearby units. That means if they Vil fight you or militia rush you, your villagers are getting healed by the... Whoa. I didn't think about that. That's interesting. Settlement in the middle gives you a range of healing, because I believe the healing is in Dark Age, right? So TaToH actually can't Vil fight you, at least with even numbers. That's really smart. That's really smart. Another civ you could go for with the settlements is the Tupi, and there you can garrison, but like garrisoning is still idle time. So yeah, and I think I'm curious to see what TaToH does here. But if any player is going to understand what DauT's cooking up here, that's going to be TaToH. I think you just can't do anything about it. I think you just got to let him take the hunt, and you try and take the hunt yourself. But, like, in theory, DauT should try and stop TaToH from taking the hunt. So it's one thing to have your own hunt, but if your opponent has the hunt as well, no problem with the mill. It's like, where are the positives for you? So, TaToH pushing in some of the hunt with his scout. DauT is doing the same. Where is that champion at, actually? Oh, he's over here now. Yeah, so far, like, DauT has just completely missed this. I don't think that he's going to be too pleased when he finds that TaToH's been out here for a minute. But yeah, maybe DauT cues Loom and tries to fight him off of this. I don't know. Or maybe we still see them go towards Feudal Age or something. Yeah, DauT's getting Loom. I think he's going to Vil fight this. The one on wood he has is just in the middle. Yeah, he does not want TaToH to take this at all. TaToH's going to see this, and TaToH now runs. DauT's actually going to attack the mill as well, which is kind of funny. And hold on, now TaToH comes back. DauT's on the way to Feudal. That is a fast Feudal Age time. Feudal Age into what? Like, this is super all in. All of his wood income and food income is going to be around the settlement. Which works initially, but eventually becomes very bad. Excuse me. We got the Vil fighting again. And DauT gets blocked. DauT gets surrounded, and DauT loses a villager. So now DauT's got 17 Vils because he's gone up to Feudal Age so quickly. And TaToH still hasn't clicked up. TaToH being able to push some food underneath the TC was super nice here. I do think he needs to just go take berries now. But, oh man, he's just missing the food to click up to Feudal Age. So DauT's push has come at the perfect time. DauT still doesn't have a barracks. Oh no, there's the barracks. Okay, so he still could mix in the occasional champy. But then he doesn't have a settlement on gold, and settlements are kind of expensive, so. Let's watch this Vil. See if he regens. So he doesn't regen there. Let's wait till he gets the max amount of food and goes back towards the settlement. At what point does he start to regenerate? I think it's like... I think he's very close. Okay, and now he's regenning. It actually popped up. Yeah, so now he's regenning. It's slow, but that's enough where a Vil fight wouldn't work against him, right? Barracks for TaToH. TaToH's on the way to Feudal Age. We'll use the scout to push in one extra zebra. TaToH's just at the limit here. But I think with that zebra and then the mill in the back with the berries, he should be fine. He's got the wood income. That's good. He's got the berries for food. He's got the gold. He wants to play some militia of his own. And DauT is going to play champies, but he was pretty late to gold here, so it's not like he can really get a lot of the upgrades. And TaToH's exposed in the middle. Or, sorry, DauT's exposed in the middle, so TaToH knows where to go. This is cool. DauT, remembering you can actually build outposts with the champies. So he's going to do that now, so he has full vision on the map at TaToH's base and knows where to go. And actually, he knows with this outpost that there's a barracks for TaToH, and TaToH wants man-at-arms. Now, man-at-arms is a little food-heavy, so it's not super easy to get to. But, I mean, DauT still doesn't even have his Champy upgrade. He went Feudal Age for 3 Champies, and now he's going to get Champy Runner. TaToH's going to get man-at-arms at the same time. Or slightly same time. And villagers are exposed for DauT in the middle. Will DauT consider a tower here? Some players would do that. TaToH needs to get quick walls. God, that is so good. That is mind-blowingly good that TaToH's able to get those quick walls. That's just unfair. Because without those quick walls, he loses a bunch of vills. Now watch him. Nope, he'll get it right there. That's still so good. And now he can pressure DauT. And DauT isn't necessarily known for his quick walls. And TaToH is going to find a villager kill. And TaToH could find more villager kills as well. And DauT does fall back. He does build a tower there. But again, no actual wood line. He's just got the settlement in the middle. And TaToH's just going to hard patrol right into these vills. More vills for the taking. TaToH looking so confident right now. And it's just the damage control is so good. Villager. Ooh, villager survives. Okay. DauT still has the champions around. TaToH's going to mix in the occasional archer. Archers shouldn't be insanely good long-term against champions, but they're fine for now. So, Mr. T, welcome to the stream. Says, I'm in another T90 official community game, lol. Yeah, apparently the fake T90 official has been really active this weekend because I've been having a lot of people come to my streams saying they're in a game with me. But shout out to fake T90 because everyone just immediately shows up to the stream, which is where I'd want them to be anyways, when they see those lobbies. So shout out to fake T90. That's not me. Welcome to the stream. I should remind fake T90 to let people know they can subscribe for free with Twitch Prime, and then we're cooking, man. Boom! Villager down again. DauT's having a rough time here. Hey, he's going to lose another one. Yikes. Yikes. 4 villagers down. Still has done no real significant damage against TaToH. TaToH has played so well against this, though. It's a really creative strat from DauT. But TaToH takes a nice trade there. See, the thing is, TaToH, his food income is slower. Like, berries and farms is slower, but it's safer. So if you're able to just survive the early stages, you know DauT's here. This is going to get worse for DauT eventually, and then there's vills for the taking. So he just needed to defend all these different areas. It's actually open over here somewhere. A T90 versus fake T90, best of 69 show match when? You want me to play a best of 69 show match against fake T90? Does it... Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I have time for however many games a sweep would be. How many games is that? I don't feel like doing the math on that. I don't have time for 34 games. That's a lot of games. 35 games? Yeah. Archers and man-at-arms against full champies. The champions are a bit speedier, but it's still only 1 barracks for DauT. Look at his wood income now. He's going to drop a market. I mean, to use the market, you kind of need consistent gold income. But maybe he's hoping that TaToH will go over here looking for damage, which would be normal, and then you could run back over here to the gold. Because, like, from TaToH's perspective, DauT, he's going to have to be somewhere else at some point. TaToH getting armor now on the man-at-arms. Does already have fletching on the archers. DauT does have a lot of champions, though, and they're all grouped up here. Plus, there's the villagers to maybe fight it off a little bit. And TaToH needs to wait for armor. He doesn't have it yet. Good micro from TaToH, though. Again, another villager kill. That's 5 villager kills. Now TaToH gets armor. Now TaToH takes the fight. And DauT will patrol in, but he misses. He patrolled in, and he just moved right past. Which means his units take some damage, and oh god, this is TaToH is just completely destroying him right now. TaToH's looking so good. TaToH's looking like the favorite, like I said, coming into this. And DauT will maybe get a bit of a clear here. Maybe. TaToH doesn't fight continuously with his man-at-arms. Champions are okay against archers. So if there's no man-at-arm buffer, it changes things. But there's more archers on the way. There's more man-at-arms on the way. DauT's unit count is very low. DauT's eco is super inefficient. Villagers running all around. Villagers just won't settle. Which is ironic because it's a settlement. But because of his build, he hasn't been able to play a settled game at all. Which, of course, is ironic and sad for DauT. Again, I said before the game, he's going to try a masterpiece. Will it be a masterpiece or a disaster piece? And it's kind of feeling like a disaster piece right now. TaToH knew immediately. He's like, I got to play patient in the early game. And now I can just pick him apart. DauT will try and build a tower here now, which he very much needs. The tower in the middle is looking pretty useless. And TaToH is just going to completely massacre him. The guy's GG guy in chat is saying it's GG, which we, of course, know confirms that it is GG. Either now or 40 minutes from now or an hour from now, it will eventually be GG. We could be close. That's 10 villagers down for DauT. TaToH's on the way to Castle Age faster than him anyways. And DauT's on the way up behind him with a horrible economy. And if I'm TaToH, I just continue to make man-at-arms, weirdly enough. Because, like, only thing DauT's playing is champions, so why not? You could play in towards knights in the next stage, too. But, like, or cav archers. TaToH really likes cav archers, but DauT doesn't even have enough champions to kill the archers now, so. Yeah, he really tried. He tried something special here, but you just can't. Some of these creative strategies just get thrown off the board when you're up against a very creative player who understands the potential of some of these new bonuses. Arbase says, I feel like the Muisca civ design works well for this, but the champi are just not good enough right now. I agree the champi aren't good enough right now, and I agree that the Muisca is somewhat good for this. I'm still not sure about the settlement in the middle, though. I feel like you build a settlement at home here every time. So at least you have efficient wood eco, and you can, like, mix in some farms and have some semblance of a normal game. And then you go settlement in the middle. For me, the insta-settlement in the middle and trying to take 2 trees for wood is, like, something's always going to go wrong where you need better wood income. And DauT sitting here in disbelief right now. He's lost 15 villagers. He's, like, hoping that the champions are good. Hoping he's in Castle Age faster than TaToH, and TaToH hits Castle Age faster than him. Will DauT call it after he sees Castle Age from TaToH then, or what? Nope. 16 villagers lost, and now he calls the GG. Yeah. Again, I just... To me, I think it was kind of telegraphed. TaToH realized right away what DauT was doing, and TaToH thought, okay, we'll get as much food from the middle as possible. We'll just barely get by to feudal, and then we'll transition into the safe approach. The quick walls from TaToH and the woodline and the berries, super difficult to get right at that time. And the amount of zebra and ostrich he was able to get in the Dark Age as well was key. Like, every tiny little thing that TaToH had to do to defend from this, he makes happen. And then the middle food didn't necessarily matter there. So well played from TaToH. He's up 2-0 now, which means TaToH could be qualifying for the Warlords main event with one more win. Resources collected did not look good there for DauT. It's like the thought process behind a settlement is the settlement's supposed to be more efficient. But is it when you place a settlement here? Like, is that more efficient than anything TaToH's going to do? You get 2 trees that are efficient, maybe 3. And then the hunt, and then even then you're walking. Whereas, like, everything TaToH placed, it was more effective for him long term. So, if anything, what I would prefer to see here for DauT is, like, just walk out here, walk back and forth with the hunt, take a straggler tree or 2, build a barracks, go for champions right away, and then follow it up with a settlement in the back, like on the woodline and the berries or something later on. Or this here, you take the woodline, the golds. I don't know. Clearly, though, TaToH's just played like a beast there, so. But yes, here is Tafiti. So again, 9 villagers start. They start with a bit more eco in this tournament. It's obviously a water map. Looks really cool at the start. Things to point out, though, is that it's not very easy to access this outside area. So you've got these islands. They're all connected to each other, but there's no path from your starting area to this. So you would need to, like, transport to get out there, from what I'm seeing. Which I don't think was the case in the past. They must have maybe made some changes to this for the 1v1 version. But it's been a while since I've seen it. Now, in the middle, you've got this little hill where there's 3 relics. This little building doesn't really do anything. It just looks cool. So basically, forget the outside exists for now because it's really difficult to get out to. And just think about the middle. And you've got enough food where this is likely going to be fast feudal. And then you can probably expect some infantry as well. Would not surprise me for TaToH to play this into fishing ships. DauT will do the same, but then also man-at-arms. Maybe even from DauT's point of view, we might see some Flemish militia here. Yo, Nickman, welcome in. Thanks for the 40 months. What's up, Beer Flask? Pablo, welcome back. Thank you, guys. Sick support today. I need to get some water, I think. Oh, no, I have water right here. Okay. Yeah, I've just been horrible with hydration the last couple of days. I don't know why. Horrible with... Well, I'll tell you what it is. So my partner's out of town for a work thing. And the second she's gone, and I don't know how to word it because it's not like I am like, yay, she's gone. No, I'm like upset she's gone because we spend all our time together and hang out together and do things. But like all structure of my life goes out the window the second I'm alone in the house. I don't put things away. My sleep schedule's all over the place. I don't hydrate. Like I don't know why that is, but that's just what happens. So maybe hydration's one of those things too. Again, I'm not painting the picture. Like for some people, you know, like the classic thing is, oh yeah, ball and chains out of the house. Thank God. You know, that's not what I'm saying. It's the exact opposite. I wish she was here. But yeah, any change, I think that's what it is. I really struggle with change. It throws me off, and it takes me a couple days to adapt to it, so. And Gibson says, I was diagnosed too a few days ago, T90. What do you mean diagnosed? What do you mean diagnosed? Diagnosed with awesomeness? I don't have any diagnosable problems. Are you serious? The TaToH making a transport here. Wow, this build from TaToH is cool because he didn't cut the fishing ship numbers either. Typically, to get the transport out this fast, you wouldn't have the fishing ships, but he's got 3 and DauT's got 3. DauT's playing this the way that I initially described it. I think he's going to go for a barracks or maybe a second dock, or maybe he just plays towards archers. TaToH's out here, and I guess this is where TaToH's going to... Ah, interesting. So he sneaks a dock out here. And then maybe he takes the gold as well. That's on this island, instead of taking the golds here. He still doesn't have loom, by the way. He's producing a lot of fishing ships. Yeah, look at him move his fish over here. Interesting. So some of the best Age of Empires games are games where players do two completely different things. And you get to see how they match up. TaToH is taking this gold. And TaToH still doesn't have loom. But it feels like Fast Castle Jean Swordsman for TaToH. That would be my guess. Now, TaToH's going to get a ridiculous score lead because he's got this transport ship moving around. If he continues to move with it, it'll scout the water. But DauT's in feudal. TaToH's got a Q loom right after seeing that. And yeah, TaToH's scout has been found. That scout's going to die. Here come the Jean Swordsman. Or, sorry, not the Jean Swordsman. The Flemish militia for DauT. And there's the tower for DauT, which TaToH saw, so he'll relocate his wood line. And he's also going to leave the golds, and he's bringing the villagers in the transport ship over here. Now, he's on stone, which almost makes me think that this is going to be like... Now, okay, he builds another mining camp. Never mind. But I was thinking if he's going to put everything onto the stone, that it was going to be for castle later. Flemish militias here. And TaToH. Oh my goodness, dude. That quick wall. That was on par with the quick wall in the previous game to save those villagers on the berries. That was unbelievable. Tyson, thanks for the 27 months. Chat, you might be right. I might have ADHD. And a couple other things. But you know, you don't need to remind me, all right? You do not need to remind me. House is going down very quickly. Arson's on the way as well. That's a Dark Age house. That TaToH can't keep that up. But that tower up, TaToH can't do anything about this, so he has to wall behind. Very risky play from TaToH. Meanwhile, DauT's eco back at home. Everything's balanced nicely for the stone and the gold and the wood. Would like to see him maybe... Yeah, okay. Take advantage of the other water. He's transported as well now. Dock on the outside. Can move the fish to the more efficient areas. I think DauT also got fishing lines. No, I'm wrong. Never mind. TaToH fights back this Flemish militia. TaToH will drop a tower there to stop the pain. TaToH's got 6 fishing ships. TaToH's resources are looking pretty nice. Doesn't look like DauT can do any game-ending damage right now. DauT doesn't really have the food for Bowsaw at the moment. So that would be lovely if he could go for Bowsaw, but he doesn't have the food income. Obviously, if you get the food income for that magically right now, then you want to squeeze in Bowsaw. I actually think DauT needs to transition into a mill onto the berries. Just get a food boost. You don't need that much wood right now. Unless you're going to play archers or navy, which we haven't seen from either player yet. DauT's still adding fish, though. And there's a hole there. TaToH screws up. DauT's through. And DauT's building a tower, and DauT gets a position that I don't think TaToH was actually expecting to be a problem. TaToH is already building his own tower. TaToH tries to go for a trap on DauT. DauT! No! DauT gets his army trapped. Oh, man. I mean, DauT will have his own tower up. But I think TaToH could just complete this tower, garrison with 5 vills, run away with the other one, and then all the... Oh, no way. DauT might even get his villagers trapped here, too. TaToH's completely worked him here. If TaToH builds double house right now, I actually think DauT has big problems. I think DauT's... All these villagers could get trapped. He could get super stubborn. I'm surprised TaToH isn't going for it yet. Like, right now... Yeah, if TaToH did that, these villagers would eventually be exposed. Anyways, tower goes down. So far, TaToH's done a good job to weather the storm. It's still not like he's actually killing eco, though. And his eco has just been under constant pressure. There's the fishing lines upgrade for him. At what point in this game, what minute do you think we're going to see a boat that is not a transport ship, chat? We're at 14 minutes right now. Surely at some point we're going to see it. DauT's got... Sorry, fishing ship doesn't count. Fishing ship and transport doesn't count. I mean like a naval unit. DauT's got 14 fishing ships and counting right now, but look at his wood count. Like, really needs to spend the wood, and I think DauT would really want to market here. There's the mill. I think after the mill, he'll build the market and manage that. Another tower from DauT. And more transport action. I think DauT, bring the villager this way. We'll go for another dock. Man, that's a big fishing eco from DauT. And there's the answer. That's going to be galleys from TaToH. So TaToH is going to be the one to produce the boats. And he also drops the barracks, which could mean Xian Swordsman into DauT's exposed land eco, and then Navy into DauT's exposed water eco. But DauT's got a lot of time for those fishing ships to work before the galleys ever get there. I do think DauT needs to be full walled here. It's not actually that hard to do. The game is kind of slowing down a little bit, where you can think, let's wall here, let's wall here, let's wall here. You do not want TaToH to ever be able to hit you. Now, TaToH has built this barracks in the back intentionally to hide it. DauT also sees these galleys. That's a huge find for him. Seeing that, assuming he notices it, means that he should make a couple fires from these docks. And yeah, DauT should be on the way to Castle Age himself here soon too. TaToH's gonna attack the tower, though. This tower wasn't completely walled in. Neither was this one, to be honest. TaToH could just batter down every single tower. TaToH's super heavy on stone, too, so it feels like he wants a castle. DauT's also really heavy on stone, so maybe he wants a castle. For DauT, it would make sense because he's got the food eco with the fishing ships now. I think if this scoreline wasn't what it was right now, I would say that DauT's got a really nice lead. But considering the way the series has gone, and TaToH being faster to Castle H, it could get complicated for DauT. The galley will snipe the first fishing ship. That's the first eco kill of the game. Flemish militia come this way. That's a lot of vills from TaToH there. TaToH will drop down a monastery. John Swordsman should be on the way. So someone was asking, who's John? Where's John? John's almost here. John's going to be engaging with his old high school nemesis, the Flem. It's a real issue for some of us. I think both players want a castle in the middle. TaToH still needs to engage with his navy somewhere, but he's down here. I don't know, man. Like, DauT's position seems pretty damn good right now. John Swordsman is here. Maybe I spoke too soon. TaToH's ships aren't able to find those 22 fishing ships, so... And Flemish militia get a stat boost right when you make it to Castle Age. If DauT could just make it to Castle Age, DauT's position should be very strong. Will the monk get a conversion? No conversion for TaToH. And the tower goes up for DauT. And DauT is going to hold here, guys. Damn. What's up, Plant? Thanks for the resub. Beautiful blocking there from DauT. TaToH losing a lot. Again, not really killing that much on water either. And now DauT holds the middle hill. The monastery is arguably kind of a waste for TaToH now. Monks could be exposed when they eject. And I think a castle will be incoming for DauT in the middle on the hill. I'm not actually sure if you can fully build there all the time. Maybe someone in chat could tell me. I haven't played this map in a very long time. I played this map in a team game event. I think it was initially a team game map. Yeah, that's not the castle that TaToH ever wanted, but that's the castle he is to accept, and that's fine. And now he's going to focus on the navy. But DauT's sneak docks over here, at least, has kept most of those fishing ships safe. And he can also bring in more navy of his own. DauT needs to just place a safe castle in the middle. Because if you place a castle in the middle, you also protect your own eco. But I swear, if DauT goes for a forward castle over here now, it's so unnecessarily risky. But it's DauT. DauT doesn't like safe castles. So again, like, this castle's pretty good. But what if you give up the middle then? Like, what if TaToH goes to the middle area then and goes to your base? I feel like that could be the issue. DauT's castle is going to go up. He's starting to lose his tower, though, in the middle. He's going to lose a monk, but he did end up getting those 2 relics, so that's not bad. Especially because he gets food income from that, on top of an already good food eco. And DauT's still fighting back on water. DauT with a 20 eco lead. This castle, once DauT completes it, will take down the tower. It will give him that stone and that gold that's otherwise TaToH's. So that's very good. And now he can make some Coustilier here. And DauT's still got a lot on stone too, but he's just finished the stone, so he doesn't have any more stone being mined. I think DauT's navy died down here. Looked away for a second, and it's gone now. So that's not so good for DauT. I could see TaToH playing full monks from here. If you play full monks with fire archers in the middle, the only unit of value that DauT's going to make is the Coustilier, and monks can convert those, right? Love how creative DauT's been. This is even cool. Recognizing there's a relic on this island, too, and going for that is really nice. Where's DauT going to go with his units? Where can you raid that castle doesn't protect? Can you even place a castle on the hill? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It almost looks like you can't build here. And so DauT maybe didn't, wasn't able to. I actually, if you guys remind me in between games, we'll load in and we should look at that. Because that's important to know. I still think there's an argument that DauT could have placed a castle here. If it were to allow. It does look like maybe not. But then it would protect your town centers and protect the map, basically. DauT's on the way to Imp. TaToH's getting Red Cliff tactics right now. The Fire Archers have bonus damage against buildings. It feels underwhelming initially once this unit has low numbers, but once you get Red Cliff tactics, it's certainly a lot more whelming. In theory, TaToH doesn't need to be an Imp to take down buildings now. And when you have the hill, you also have the hill bonus damage. So yeah, the monastery with the relics is going to go down here. But DauT's got a castle here, which can make trebs, and treb TaToH's down. So TaToH needs an answer to the castle, not necessarily the monastery. DauT's economy is so far ahead. He defends on water again very nicely. He'll lose the relics, but I mean, who cares? I actually think DauT shouldn't engage here. You don't want to throw your army, and TaToH can see you a long way away. I think DauT actually just has to wait. Let TaToH get those relics. Wait. Focus on keeping your castle alive. TaToH will drop the relics and go for conversions. DauT doesn't want to wait. And only one conversion for TaToH. So TaToH unlucky again. Or was it two? I see another unit around. I mean, I don't think that was actually a good engagement for DauT. Could have maybe been patient. TaToH doesn't get the relics, though. And DauT giving himself some time. And DauT is about to be an Imp. Still can make the trebs. Maybe it was just to distract and give himself some time here. Units that TaToH converted are going to raid DauT's eco now. But DauT will make trebs. Could maybe get some water upgrades, too. Water's obviously still a huge part of this map, so that's not bad. Also, town center out here from DauT's interesting. What does TaToH do about the treb? That's the problem for TaToH right now. Doesn't have an easy answer to the trebuchet. And DauT's town centers aren't going down instantly, so... Yeah, DauT's castle position matched his strategy perfectly. If he placed the castle defensive, this whole treb play would not work. So I take back a lot of what I said about the castle. The castle just needed to be near TaToH's castle, not necessarily near TaToH's eco. And if he couldn't castle the middle hill, which I'm thinking is the case more and more now, it's a very good call. DauT still has the Navy on the outside. Fast fire ship now because he's upgraded. Good finds with those fires. TaToH thought he could be sneaky, but DauT's been doing the same, so DauT knew to look for it. DauT's castle is going down pretty damn quickly here, guys. Which means his trebs would not be protected by anything. He doesn't really have an army to protect here. Is there a chance for TaToH? More conversions. The Custilier get converted. They'll run in after the trebs now. There's a ram coming in with John Swordsman inside, going after the other trebs. The castle still would need to be repaired, of course. TaToH's still repairing his own castle. TaToH's to keep this castle up. DauT kept his trebs up, but he's not repairing the castle anymore, which means the castle falls. TaToH's about to run out of stone. He needs to buy more stone to keep his castle up. Can he take down the trebs? Can he take down the trebs? Can he take down the trebs? He's bought more stone. DauT is losing the middle. DauT is losing the middle. DauT is losing his trebs. That will lose his military. DauT needs military units that can clear up these fire archers. There was a lot of eco here. Somebody call a transport ship for DauT, because he's got to get out of here. I know that DauT, it says DauT's got an eco lead, but he's got 50 on wood, and that's all right here, bro. It's all right here. Oh, wow. He added a bombard cannon, which, of course, is a good call in many ways, but that bombard cannon's not protected by anything. So TaToH can kill that with one unit. This will move in with more. DauT's going to try skirmishers, but DauT's got to be thinking, oh, no. Am I actually going to lose this game? I was in Imp so much faster, but TaToH's fire archers can continue to spam. Mikiki just checked. Cannot build on the hill at all. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. What a game. DauT not having anything on gold can be fixed. He's found this gold, but also could transport to the outside. But using the transport ships is just so annoying. He's forgot about it up here. I think if DauT can get Imp upgrade on skirmishers, he's still okay. Like, TaToH's eco is not very good. He doesn't have the fishing eco anymore. He is trying to make some navy to combat DauT on water a little bit. See how good these fire archers are once it's Imperial Age skirmishers out. And by that, I mean, like, you know, regular skirms with imp upgrades. Before some random chatter's like, well, he's not Vietnamese, bro. You know what I mean. Yeah, fire archer's great against buildings, against skirms. Things should look a little bit questionable here. And you seeing they're going down pretty damn quickly here. DauT's still got a big villager lead, so he's got the ability to weather some losses here. He comes back over to this dock. This TC ended up being really nice for DauT. Also, the relics that he's been able to get, like getting 2 relics somehow has been nice. I still don't know how he got 2. I guess he walked around somewhere on the islands. TaToH's going to go Jean Swordsman now. That's the best unit he can make right now against the skirmishers. But the Burgundians can always make some gunpowder as well, right? TaToH needs to keep pushing here. 34 military for TaToH, 29 for DauT. Is this where DauT gets his revenge and starts to snowball some good emotions in the series? Yeah, thank you guys for confirming about building in the middle hill. I kind of feel bad about my call on the cast then, because I didn't realize, but like I said, first time I've seen the map in a long time. In the end, I think DauT's castle was a really good spot because he needed the castle to protect his trebs. That was the whole strat. And now from here, he's got to adapt as good as possible. Still is to be careful here. Would like to see a couple hand cannons in the mix behind this for TaToH, but still doesn't even feel like the Jean Swordsmen are good enough against the skirms. But 5 hand cannons back there, and the Jean Swordsman can never get in close. And the fire archer count is not looking good. I think TaToH's going to be forced to tap out of this one here soon. He's not making any progress on water. He's not making any progress on land. He's experimenting with the fire, but you know what? Your parents always told you guys, don't play with fire. That also applies, don't play with fire archers because they suck. Unless you're going against castles, of course, which worked out for TaToH. But yeah, I think the key for DauT in this game, it was good feudal age pressure, sure. But I actually think the biggest thing here for DauT this game was the amount of economy he played behind. The amount of fishing ships he had, and just the fact that he was able to hide most of them, gave him a lot of economy. Also, that fight back in the middle was really good, because it prevented TaToH from getting a castle anywhere towards the middle. Makes it a little bit more confusing to me now, how TaToH played it. Like, maybe he doesn't have the experience, because the way he was fighting that back was like he wanted to immediately castle the hill. It wasn't like he was just doing that to take down the tower, but... well, there was a fly on me. That was weird. 2-1 here for TaToH. DauT with some beautiful food economy. That was the most important thing. And DauT stays alive here in the series. All right, here we are. And, TaToH's turn to be creative now. And we've got Crownwood game 4, and TaToH's going to go for the Mapuche. So this civ, one of the newer civilizations, one of the settlement civs, you could call them. And Mapuche. Their settlements can train spearmen and skirmishers. So, last time I saw this map, it was actually with this civ. And, yeah, you basically use your eco buildings to make some military. That is the strat with this civ. There are other options with the civ, of course, but I think for the opening, instead of the champies, because people seem to think that the champies are not so good at the moment, that might be the plan. But you might want something more aggressive than that, because DauT's got the way, and this civilization gets a free villager for every single eco tech. And there's a lot of eco techs in feudal and castle. So way, you normally need to do a lot of early pressure too. DauT will push in some deer. Is it just me, or is TaToH's map way worse, guys? Maybe I'm wrong. It kind of feels like DauT having a back wood line, though, is very nice. I guess technically there's other downsides of his map. But if DauT can just play walls towards the edge of the map, Leave the berries a little bit exposed long term. You could have the stone and the gold in the back, which could be very good. TaToH's map feels like it's tougher to play walls, at least. It does technically have a back wood line, I guess. So maybe it's around the same. Maybe switch colors. Oh, shoot. Thank you. Yeah. The whole day they've been playing in opposite colors than what I'm used to, and I keep having to change it back. So it's DauT in the blue in the north and TaToH in the red in the south. I guess TaToH's got to fight harder for the walls. If he gets the full walls down, he's got a lot of space in here. Guys, something that makes me laugh, and I still think of every time I see this, is some of the confusion that some low elo legends have had when in that series. So, one time this player really needed stone. They really wanted a castle, and they built a mining camp right next to this. And, like, I feel bad for laughing, because it's actually very logical. This is a big pile of stone. The game doesn't let you mine it, but it is a big pile of stone. So I was like, oh, poor guy. I think that same player built a mill next to these wild horses. He was like, I need some meat. And there was deer right there. So there's like deer, and then there's horse. And he kept like trying to click the horses to eat it, and it wouldn't work. So anytime I see both those things, I remember that. It's really funny. That's up there with the player who would build the fish traps on the fish really far away from the docks. It makes sense. Logically, if you're going to trap fish, you want to trap fish where the fish actually are. But yeah, that didn't work out. So we got a sign up here. Gonna need a translator, but apparently if you go this way, there's the edge of the map, and apparently if you go this way, it's the edge of the map. So, nice to know. There's also, maybe it's warning you that there's a wolf this way or that way. Nice little features on this map, things to look at. To the city right, to the harbor left. Oh yeah? To the harbor? All right. Barracks for TaToH, which would indicate he's not gonna go for the play that we mentioned. He might make a spearman or two from his settlements, but I don't think that's going to be his main strategy because he's going for some champies here. Wolf says you have to pay $5 to unlock it. Yeah, you have to pay resources to unlock the technology to mine this type of stone. True. There's actually a cow next to it. If this was Stronghold, you could use this cow to bring the rocks back to your TC. God, I gotta play some Stronghold. I was so pumped to play that game again, and I did enjoy that stream. But also, I got so tilted by the way the siege worked in that game, it completely ruined the experience for me. The siege was bothering me so much. And then, of course, viewers being here like, you just have to do this. And I was like, I'm trying! You know, that didn't help. And you guys were just being... being normal. Nothing wrong with your statements, but it was a good time. I don't think DauT scouted the opening at all. No, he did. I'm wrong. He sees the barracks. He saw the flag. So DauT should know it's going to be some champies coming forward. And the army's going to the left. It's a very slow army, which should give DauT some time. DauT, if he's worried about this, can small wall his berries and small wall the wood line. This should be a very easy move to make. He's not acting like he's worried about any pressure at all, though. Now, this is where TaToH can make the spearman from the settlement. So he made a spearman here. He made a spearman here. It does take longer to produce from the settlements. DauT sees this. Just leaves the berries. That's fine. But what is that wall from DauT? I don't know what that wall was, but the army wasn't upgraded, so it was completely fine. And DauT now needs to wall up his wood line. And he should be okay. Just needs 1 or 2 more hits and he's fine. And yeah, he's good. Scouts are still alive as well. And he's up villagers because he's way. So until TaToH does more damage, things are looking pretty damn good for DauT. DauT temporarily having to leave the berries was pretty much the only damage that he's taken this game. Omar, I did stream Stronghold before. I don't know if I'll do it again anytime soon, but it was a good time. DauT feels kind of forced to take this gold. I think DauT just needs to hunt down this army. I don't like taking this gold. I think you just have to go... Like, you are faster with your scouts. Go kill this. You have 6 scouts now. And then you can take the back gold and use the back of your base very nicely long term. The fact that he's decided to go forward might surprise TaToH, though. DauT's exposed there. And TaToH has defense here. And TaToH's finding out himself if champions are good enough. Like DauT tried to go for this game. I think TaToH's long term, he really wants to play Bolus Riders. But he really needs to work towards that full wall, which is going to take a lot of effort and time. He's working on it now. So he's had to go for Spearmen and Champions for now. And now DauT's going to be paranoid about this gold constantly. When I first saw DauT's base, I thought, take this back gold, wall this way, forget the berries, and you're fine. But now, this is shaping up a bit differently. And DauT will move forward, and I think he'll be a little surprised to see how well-walled TaToH is. And TaToH drops... Wow, another barracks there. And DauT's going to be thinking, wait, what? This is all walled up by now? And it is for TaToH. DauT's still going to double check over here. TaToH did wall with the relic. But yeah, he's going to place a house, okay? I'll never forget that time MBL walled with a freaking relic. That's such a good clip. It bothers me when players wall with the relic because you should know better, right? But it is kind of rare that anyone ever ends up picking up the relic. I'm not sure what DauT is expecting right now, but again, his gold on the front is exposed. His opponent is walled. And now TaToH runs right through into the gold. It's just an extremely awkward situation for DauT. The champions get value. It'll kill 1 villager. It'll kill 2 villagers. DauT is probably like, no way. You've got to be kidding me. How am I taking damage when I was the one who opened aggressively here? And DauT will now take the engagement. I don't think that's an engagement that he can actually win. And I think he realized mid-fight as well that this is just simply way better for TaToH. TaToH's got really healthy numbers. He's got some spearmen in there too, which would really help against the scouts. To be honest, DauT's micro was very good though. The spearmen were moving a lot. Yeah, initially DauT killed a lot of the spearmen, but TaToH showing that champions do exist, showing that champions can win fights, and DauT has just got to be like, no way, man. No way when he is the way. This is not the way. Never was the way. I think he's made some minor mistakes here. Which, minor mistakes that at this level could be considered major mistakes. Would have loved to see him just go back with those 6 scouts, clear up that small army, and then take the gold in the back. But his thinking was he needed to do damage to TaToH as quickly as possible. He moved forward, he found no damage, and then he took counter damage, which is just the worst case scenario. And TaToH's feeling pretty good about things. Still down a villager, though. Like, that's the crazy thing. Is you can kill vills and not lose any against the way, and then still be behind. And TaToH is on the way up. But yeah, I think the unit TaToH should switch to now is Bolus Riders. I think double archer range on the back would make a lot of sense. But because he's already committed to all these upgrades for champions, he's going to continue with them. Not really sure how good the champions end up being here, but I guess DauT's base is still super exposed. Like, look, now DauT's going to this gold. Like, what does he have against this gold? I guess this gold is where the army was spotted last. Another barracks from TaToH. Yeah, chat, we've got the Champy emote. It's in the perfect color as well for TaToH. That was the issue for DauT when he tried Champies. He wasn't in the red. Oh, someone who played fake T90s in chat says, fake T90 just beat me and everyone else. He was on my team, then I turned against him, but he beat me anyways. I almost had him T90. No, fake T90's winning? Well, I guess if I have an imposter, a part of me would prefer the imposter win instead of lose. The champions are coming back. And DauT moving forward with a pretty small group of archers, all things considered. These champions still haven't been able to be chased down. And they're all about to be a lot stronger. DauT's considering running in there, but TaToH's waiting for him inside the TC. So if DauT does that, TaToH will just jump on him. It's smart from TaToH. No overchop yet. We'll keep an eye on it. DauT tries to run through. TaToH will not allow that. He loses a villager, though. I actually think this is fine for DauT. DauT's going to lose this army anyways. At least he's doing some damage to the opponent first. This is good for DauT. It's very good. This is a leftover army that you don't care about. And you get through. And how many times do we see players get punished for not full walling in front of the TC? I really think that needed to happen there for TaToH. And now DauT suddenly got life. He can get more eco techs to recover some of these villager losses. Still, there's champions for TaToH just chasing DauT down in the back. And now we're going to see a Bolus Rider. Apparently, apparently Bolus translates literally to just balls. Is that true? Or is that just what a Twitch chatter told me? I mean, that's what he's got there, man. These guys, they're slinging some rock right there. They look really cool. Basically, think it's a Cav Archer unit. So we've got the Janbei versus the Bolus Riders now. I haven't seen this engagement enough to know who wins. It feels like their stats are very similar. But for TaToH, we didn't get Bod Canero. But it's 55 HP. You don't get Bloodlines. Here you have 56 HP with Bloodlines. So I'd say it's pretty close. I would lean towards the Janbeis, but there's going to be some champions in the mix as well. I don't know how strong the mix is, though, to be honest with you. Then again, I get proven wrong immediately. Bolus are very quick units, though. They're so speedy, dude. 1.5 speed versus 1.54. Okay, so maybe DauT just got husbandry. They also, the way the unit's designed is it slows enemy units, but that's not going to slow down DauT from running in again. DauT says, if you don't wall, I will punish you. And yet again, TaToH, because he didn't wall in front of his base, his unit's in the back. And now, oh no, there's an overchop here from DauT. DauT thinks he's winning the game. DauT thinks he's winning the game, but he needs to look back at his base. DauT, look back at your wood line. I mean, both players in horrible positions. But it should be more manageable for DauT. He still has more TCs. He's still got more military on the field. He is losing villagers on the gold, too. He did realize the woodline situation. He didn't really micro as well as he could have here because he was so busy at home. Honestly, like, do you guys want complete and utter honesty, or do you want me to sugarcoat it? You choose the experience that you get here. You choose. Because I've got options. Swagger likes the sugar. Okay, a lot of you guys want the sugar. Well, the sugar is that this is a very close game. Both players are playing very well. The complete and utter honesty is that both players have not had very good games. Like, both players have made some really errors, big errors that I wouldn't have expected for their level in this one. Which means if it goes to game 5, they might both be a little bit off, and it might be really chaotic, which could be fun. So there's both versions of it, but I think that TaToH's going to lose this game, and I think DauT has brought himself within reach of qualifying for the main event. Like, for DauT, I think Feudal Age was where the big question marks were. For TaToH, just not walling here is just crazy. Especially DauT went through once. You already had the warning that already did damage, and then he goes through again? He's got to get some walls, man. TaToH's score is really high, which maybe makes him think that the eco count's close. It's not, though. And the one thing DauT was missing was ballistics. That's already on the way. And that villager is going to get sniped, so that's another villager down for TaToH. DauT's idle TC time has been really good. Hey, guys, any guesses what's going to happen here? I wonder. No wall in front of the town center. Oh, wow. That's crazy. You can just run in there? I didn't know that was allowed. same thing that plagued TaToH before happens again. And DauT is feasting, man. We'll see if how these Bolus Riders end up doing. I mean, if the Bolus Rider is overpowered, that gives you your chances back. But DauT's economy is so good at the moment. 30 villagers for TaToH. It is 58 for DauT. And DauT's got 3 ranges producing these. So I think he should be able to recover the numbers very nicely. What's up says this is a decider. I thought this was a show match for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure what made you think show match, man. This is well, there was a show match the other day, which maybe was confusing. But whoever wins this gets into the top 16. It makes it to the main event of Warlords. Whoever loses this would have to play again in the next qualifier to do so. So it's a big one. TaToH still would be shocked to learn he's down 33 vills because the score is so unbelievably close. But yes, he is down 33 villagers, which that's a pretty damn big number. And he's down in military as well. So DauT's found the way. I mean, I'm also struggling to determine why the score is so high. The scouting is virtually identical. If anything, TaToH maybe has 10% more. The KD's identical. I don't think it's technologies either. Score's just weird like that sometimes. But it could be the value of units killed. Maybe it's that. I don't know. It's not exploration. We can look at all the stats afterwards, but what's going to happen here is TaToH's going to be able to field just enough army to maybe try and hold against DauT. There's no convincing win. And his economy is still very much behind. So DauT can always recover here. TaToH will have a little bit more focus on the micro maybe, but DauT's doing a good job too. GG. TaToH taps out, and we will get... Oh, because DauT was running through again. DauT was running in again. Of course he was. And, wow. What a turnaround. So it kind of felt like a foregone conclusion that TaToH was going to win this. It also looked relatively shaky from DauT here, but I think for TaToH, I think I would have liked to see him plan around Boldless Riders earlier and just full wall the front of his base. The fact that those armies got through and did damage in his eco is just kind of inexcusable. If you walled 90% of your map, you're still going to have problems if the opponent ever makes a move. And that could be the one that TaToH really regrets. Again, DauT's eco was very strong here. The way are very OP, no doubt about it. But TaToH still had some chances. Yeah, same amount of technology, same amount of exploration pretty much, same KD. Score said that game was very close for a while there. So let's see what DauT could do here, guys. Comes down to the one game. Winner of the next game makes it to the main event of Warlords, which has got to be a huge relief. That means all next week you don't have to grind and play games and play through these brackets, which are going to have very competitive players, right? It's like no one's going to be easy to beat. All right, so here's like an updated version of Cenotes. I don't know if it's like this in the base game anymore or not, but basically you've got these little pawns on this map, all right? So we've got TaToH playing as the Mayans. Now right off the bat, because it's a 9-villager start, Mayans then start with 10, and you don't get housed right away because you start with the houses here with this format. So Mayans are actually stronger in 9-villager starts than they are in a standard game for that reason. Like, you don't need to get loom or anything, right? So you're permanently up that 1 vill. But yeah, you've got these little puddles. They typically have 2 shorefish. Sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's 1. And then you have these little oysters in here. And sorry, we'll swap colors again. TaToH in the red, sorry. And then DauT in the blue. But yeah, they're rather far away from the base. And I played a couple practice games on this with somebody. And I really like to play Siege Push in the middle. Because imagine you get a Siege Workshop here. Look at all the pawns around. You can like mangonel pressure their fish. Siege Workshop here, same deal. And then of course you can go for their base. So I'm really curious on how sneaky they end up going for these pawns. The food benefit's not really there, but the gold benefit is there. So I think you probably do need to drop a dock and add fish. In my limited experience, going for early militia is not a very good play. Now, what's probably going to happen is DauT's going to immediately build a barracks. Yep. See, there you go. Again, in my limited experience, going for militia, not a good play. DauT, who has just won 2 games in a row, is going to immediately do the thing that I did not think was good. But, I mean, TaToH's going to go for the other approach. And if he's not spotted, he's got the villager lead already. And then he'll have the fishing ship lead as well. So DauT's militia have to do damage of some kind. And, like, it's really hard to find and know. Like, even right here, this is unlikely TaToH's docked, but you have to permanently check like, every aspect of the shoreline. You have to be really thorough. And DauT is looking for a target. You'll see the pineapple bushes. Who would eat that, by the way? Who looks at that and says, yummy? Actually, that looks... Never mind. I didn't zoom in. That looks fantastic. I love pineapple. It just looked a little too pointy on the little image. Sorry, once I zoomed in, I was like, "Ooh, give me some of that." I thought it was like a really spiky looking bush from afar. Now, it hasn't found the enemy yet. Now, that would be the pineapple bush, which is basically your berry equivalent here. Did DauT confuse himself because it's not a normal berry? Did he think that's a tree? Oh, guys. I forgot. DauT's tree mod, he plays with a bush tree mod. So his trees are actually bushes. So if you think about it, with a quick glance, everything's a bush. He might think that that's a wood line. And so he's going the wrong direction. Soxy says, but the mod looks nothing like that. Okay, I understand. But I'm trying to find an explanation for why DauT did not go immediately here. All right? You are correct. I actually use that as well. Now, sometimes, guys, being late with the drush is actually better because your opponent is surprised at the timings. TaToH thinks he's got the time to go for the full wall because his opponent hasn't shown anything. And hold up, TaToH needs some quick walls. DauT is definitely moving like pressure is coming. The militia are here. They're speedy and TaToH gets the quick walls. TaToH gets the walls. That was insane. DauT could have so easily gotten through there. Instead, TaToH is going to be completely fine. He's got the fishing ships. DauT needed damage from the militia. DauT still hasn't clicked up. This actually feels like DauT's plan is to play fast castle, by the way. Like old school fast castle with no fish or anything. But that was incredible for TaToH. Again, you go for this build, you have to get some value. He was just super late to going to TaToH's base because he didn't realize that that was essentially the berries. Ugh. And TaToH's got this safely down here. DauT has not found it. And he may find it eventually, but for now he's more paranoid. He's going to get the walls down than anything. He will get the walls down. And TaToH will have archers, so TaToH can usually take no risks here, have no real issues dealing with those militia. Thofu in chat says you have to dock on this map. That was my feeling as well, and as I said the words you have to dock on this map, DauT did this. And DauT is... I mean, if DauT goes double Siege Workshop, Scorpion, Mangonels, like if he plays all in early castle, I think there's opportunities. But again, there's just so many areas you have to look, and he went to every pond that TaToH could have gone to, except for this one. But even if you bring the militia in now, you could just garrison the fishing ships, and it fires arrows. So like that's not even a worry for TaToH. And now TaToH's coming forward with a couple of vills. He knows DauT's probably going to Castle Age. He needs to pressure him. This will be so disappointing for DauT because there's 2 back-to-back wins that felt so good. Like, back-to-back wins into, like, a big question mark of a game is not exactly what you want here. Here comes TaToH. DauT could try Man-at-Arms, but... as I say that, he'll run into the archer. He does block nicely. TaToH's distracted. Oh, that's really nice from DauT. That's really good. I don't know if he'll kill a villager because TaToH's too good. TaToH blocking. Of course the villager survives. Unlucky for DauT. DauT dropped a market here to block this area. He's going for an archer range, and now TaToH's running this way. TaToH thinks DauT is fast castle, but DauT doesn't actually have the resources to go fast castle. TaToH's actually just using the villagers to attack the house. He's not even going for a tower. He's just using this for pushing power. And then the archers are going to kill any Rivera villagers. And in the middle, the archer and the spearman get their damage there. DauT pulls the villager away. DauT will add some skirms now to defend. I mean, TaToH could make a sneak out to another pond at the moment. In theory, you eventually run out of gold, but there's still 1,000 gold there, so that's a long time. It's a lot of res. Now, if DauT shows large skirmisher upgrades and numbers, eventually it's going to dawn on TaToH that DauT's not up to Castle Age. For now, TaToH's still thinking that DauT could be on the way to Castle Age. That house is going down. Market there for TaToH. Without that wood chopping bonus that the Celts have, this would be so much worse, but at least that bonus has carried DauT a little bit. And now maybe TaToH's realizing the upgrades are in on the skirmishers and the numbers are pretty high. And TaToH's actually going to run this way. I mean, he's already forward. He might as well go dock, I guess. I wonder if DauT will notice that. Because DauT should be looking for those vills. That's 4 villagers exposed for TaToH now. The other archers over here as well, not able to do much. I think DauT's looking for the army. I don't think it's clicking for him. Like, I don't think he's really thinking about these pawns at all. And, oh man, the scout would be really valuable. TaToH doesn't get the kill, though. Yo, T90, I need to go to sleep. Please text me the result of the game. There's a website called Liquipedia. You can check the result afterwards. Or you can come to the VOD. That'd be the preferable option. DauT is deep in Feudal Age, has made a lot of skirms to defend from what he thought was an all-in. He is going to leave his base to try and run this down, though. TaToH on the way to the Castle Age. TaToH needs a couple more eagles on the map, maybe. And I think he's got a very nice sense that these archers need to get out of here. And yes, he would be correct. DauT's going to spend a lot of his time chasing down these archers. I DauT still is not added a dock on a map that I think you just have to. At least one. He doesn't even see the dock or the fishing ship. So it's not even on his mind. Be curious to see if he comes back this way and finds it. That's actually a very nice find for DauT. He will kill the archers. And what direction does he go to the middle now? If he goes this way, will he see it? Tell me he sees this. Okay, he sees it now. And he can't do anything about it this moment, but you at least know. DauT does have some healthy farming eco. Resources collected, only 500 behind. He's completely cleared the archers out of the equation. So he should be thinking, what will my opponent do? I guess there are 2 more archers, but you got to be thinking that TaToH's going to go eagles if you know it's 2 barracks. That's not something he knows, though, because he didn't see this. And TaToH worried about probably siege, worried about woad raiders maybe. So TaToH will go for the siege workshop. Eagles will kill off the army here pretty easily. And yeah, now DauT knows. He sees the forward barracks. He sees the villagers there. DauT needs to play longswords now. But he's actually going really heavy to stone. So maybe his plan is to play woad raiders. So he's going to go full pogo here. Full pogo! Which is what the woad raiders yell. Which is pretty dope. Scout's been active. Just checking to see what he's up against. The castle does protect you from a siege push. He doesn't know it's a siege push yet. It's going to be a ram and a scorpion from TaToH. Ooh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And there he is. I think anyone who puts infantry inside rams, especially everyone who's done so within the last 4 days, are just incredible Age of Empires 2 players. Anytime before that, questions of whether or not those individuals are very smart. But within this week, infantry and rams, those players, big fan of them. Big fan. Barracks goes down. And luckily, DauT wasn't trying to go long swords, because if he tried that, the barracks would be gone. And choo-choo! Can we get the choo-choos? Let's go. This is so bad for DauT. This is so bad. His economy's in a horrible state. The gate's about to go down. He's trying to make a mangonel. I'm not so sure this is going to be in time. DauT needs to get a castle up fast. Again, his start, his opening, his approach was just... It's not what I think he needed to do here, but he was Celts. He wanted to go for infantry, and... Oh, big shot, maybe? Wow, TaToH's Scorpion micro is actually insane there. And DauT's repairing with everything he's got. And DauT holds. Behind this is more of the problem, though. TaToH's got a very good economy. The 10 fishing ships against 0. 3 town centers soon to be against 2. But for TaToH, I think in his mind, he's realized Eagles will no longer be a great option for me. I just need to hold the line. And I need to hope that my economy lead and my map control will win me this game. I love the outpost there from TaToH. Tetri says, I think DauT put himself in a bad position from the start. Yeah, agree. I think you have to DauT on this map. So again, I looked like a fool because at the start I was like, you need to DauT. But like, that's kind of what we've seen. Now, I think if you DauT into adding militia and man-at-arms, that's completely fine. But he essentially built up and said, I have to find immediate value or else I'm like really far behind. And then he also misjudged the scouting. Remember the whole pineapple conversation? Like, that was a big issue. He saw TaToH's base. Like, that was an indicator. But I think because pineapples are new, you guys are going to laugh at me. But think about it. Like, DauT's a player who's been playing for 20 plus years. He's not used to freaking pineapples. He was looking for berries. A couple villagers go down there. TaToH actually broke through here. And now TaToH will see the castles there. Now he'll see Woad Raiders, and now he understands what he's up against. And the Eagles will run in this way, snipe the Mangonel. The Woad Raiders, they don't even get the ram! They don't even get the ram, so the blacksmith might actually go down. Oh, disaster for DauT. I hope you don't want blacksmith text out, because this 21 HP ram's got something to say. Oh, never mind. DauT will clear that. Clickbait says, still weird. You see the berries on the radar in a different color, so how miss it? I gave the explanation. It looks very similar to the other trees. It blends in a whole lot more. It's not nearly as different in terms of the graphics. You got to remember, like, for us, we see everything as well. So from DauT's perspective, he's moving, like, really fast back and forth. You're not able to think about things in the same way. Obviously, he figured it out later. But it's a little too late now, so... Castle on the hill from TaToH. The cool thing about this for TaToH is that he already game planned for this. He was on stone for a while. So he knows that, or he knew that Eagles were not going to be a very good option. And he needs some mobility, and he needs some range. And he's going for the plumed archers. Can TaToH hit an attack rounds here? Oh, dude, that was so good. That was so good. Oh! What? I'm sorry, what? The first shot was nice. The first shot, it's like, wow, okay, incredible job. The next 2 volleys to not kill your own mangonels, and that's not luck, by the way. That's all attack rounds, is unbelievable. That micro, though. I would lose both my mangonels, and everyone would be laughing at me. But these mangonels survive. And my God, what a play from TaToH. His micro is so good. Unbelievable. But DauT just clearing up the siege workshop here. I mean, TaToH's got 86 eco against 65. DauT is really going for heavy boom, though. He's on 4 TCs. The issue I see is plumed archers are actually going to kill off the Woad Raiders pretty quickly, so... Yeah, that'll be on YouTube in a short. That was crazy play from TaToH. And DauT picked Celts. I think he liked the matchup. I think Celts are good against mines on this map. But I think the eco deficit is going to be the issue now. If any Civ could make it happen, I think Celts could. Celts can come back from being down 20 Vils because their Vils are so much more efficient with the wood. And, like, TaToH's micro's got to be on point all the time. Woad Raiders and Mangonels kills Eagles and Plumes. If the, if the micro's good. Now, long term, I think he's got the relics. He's about to get relic 4. I think a castle on any of these areas to secure the golds would be key. He does have, look at him, bait DauT away with that one eagle and running after the Mangonel there. He's still making DauT work very hard. And TaToH sees all this army because those are his houses from earlier. And he's just waiting for this army to advance forward here. He just, like... It's got to be so frustrating for DauT fans, though, because, like, to get 2 wins into this game, you're like, really? Like, this game? But it's tough, guys. There's 21 maps in the pool, and players did not have a ton of time to prep, so I think it's going to be a lot more common where there's some questionable openings with a 21-map pool with so little prep time, because you just cannot play every single map. You do not have the time when we're coming off of all these other events. Fire Sharks is 27. I thought it was 21 maps. Is it 27? Either way, like, I've talked to players about it, and they're like, man, how on earth am I supposed to be prepared for this? Especially players who, like, just came home from Red Bull. It's, like, crazy. But I think it's also exciting at the same time. Maybe not exciting for favorites, because favorites will have bigger issues if, motivated up-and-coming players put in a little bit more prep time, so... Okay, it's 21 maps, but you were doing the 27 taunt. All good. Yeah, this castle is key for TaToH. This hill is so nice. Double gold around here, right between both player bases. He's on the way to Imp. He's got 5 relics now. DauT really wants in. TaToH knows that army's going to be around. He's waiting in the middle, just in case there's pressure here. If anything comes in from the left side, TaToH, with his reaction, should notice. He does. And he's got the Mangonels there, and DauT has to run away. And DauT has his own Mangonel, but TaToH will drop a tower just in case. T90, have you considered different maps for TTL Gold and Platinum? No, I don't really like that option. Because a lot of players in the different leagues train with each other. And, like, prepare with each other and stuff. So, I think that would really hurt the cohesiveness. Also, not to mention, it's twice as much work, and that could call balance of maps into question. I take a lot of pride in the maps being balanced and the maps being in good shape, which takes a lot of work and time to get into, so lots of downsides. Yeah, I think if TaToH makes trebuchets from this hill, I mean, DauT's going to have a really rough time. DauT's not expecting this Imperial Age time to come in. But now TaToH can just use the hill, go trebs, and DauT's castle is just going to go right down. And DauT needs these castles for Woad Raiders. He does have quite a few of them still running around. But he hasn't really been able to get any damage with them because TaToH has played so solid defensively. Yeah, DauT didn't even know where the initial castle was. He runs into it there. And the trebuchets are fully protected by the castle now. Unless rams or something come in. And now the plumed archers can run this way as well. Yeah, we've got a lot of sets. I don't know exactly which one we're hopping into next, but we should have quite a few deciders coming up today. I'm not going to... There's some that are covered as Rex. I'm probably not going to cast those. I'm probably just going to do the live games today. TaToH is to be careful here. Also, technically, has to be very careful here with his plumed archers. Oh, God. That was a crazy split from TaToH. It gets a little dangerous in there, but in the end, still has the trebuchets on the hill. Okay, Woad Raiders find some kills on the left side. TaToH, you got to be careful. Game's not won yet. He's hoping the tower is enough to kill off those Woads, and maybe it is. And TaToH's other plumed archers stay alive. Yeah, those are elite Woad Raiders now, so they're even tankier. But DauT's gonna need golds. Like, where can DauT reasonably go for golds after this? He's got this gold in his base, and that's it. With no map control otherwise, and no relics. And TaToH will stack up defensive castles, I think. Just in case he gets raided again. And castle down for DauT. I mean, I can't really relate to it. Because I haven't encountered this too much, guys. But, like, imagine you get your 1 win away from qualifying after a weekend grind. Or a week, maybe, depending on your prep and stuff. You lose this, and then you have to do it all again next weekend. I mean, it's good to have a second chance, but at the same time, particularly, I think, if you're DauT's age. Like, if you're 20, you're like, whatever, you know. But I think if you're DauT, it's got to be like, oh, I got to go again. And then there'll be really good players next week as well. And TaToH's just playing as patient as possible. He's thinking about, how can he lose the game? I think he'll start to look to the sides of the map, lock down more golds maybe. He really needs another stone. It doesn't look like there's a ton of stone left on the map. Floyd says DauT said he was not going to practice for the first qualifier, only for the second. Well, that makes a lot of sense for me. You use this qualifier, and that also explains the strategy here and my question on it. I don't actually mind that approach if you're DauT. This is good experience. If you make it, you make it. It's essentially practice in and of itself, and then this week you can prep for the second one. It's probably a good approach. He's come close here. We're still in the final game. He is going to have the Onager upgrade completed here in a second. And Keld Onagers can be super dangerous against archers. DauT's also got TaToH busy here with some raids. Castle goes down. TaToH will see Onager. Can DauT land a shot? Or is TaToH's micro going to continue to be unbelievable? There's a lot of plumed archers for TaToH. This town center will complete. Those vills will be fine. And TaToH runs after the Onager. It's one Onager, man. You need more. You need like 5. There's another one. TaToH sees it. Says, see you later, man. That's not even a problem for TaToH. It makes that look so easy. Actually, just trebbing down the siege workshops, too, because you know that Onagers are in production there would make sense. And TaToH's going to qualify for the main event of Warlords. He's played very smooth. Still think, like, there were some question marks here or there. But, like, overall, even though it's 3-2, I guess with the 5th game being so convincing, really feels like TaToH, the better player here today. And TaToH, who is my favorite, wins 3-2. Will make Warlords main event, which is very good for him. And again, I think for DauT, he's still got that chance next week. And he came 1 game today. But yeah, if DauT didn't put any prep time into it for this quali and is going to spend this week, like in this experience going into the next one, I could see the approach being a bit better on some of these maps, and I could see him finding another level. Because I definitely felt like watching both of these players that they had another level there. And there's just some tiny things which maybe come in with a little bit more experience. So there's the resources collected in the end. It was just the kills for DauT. Like, DauT was not able to get good value kills. TaToH was ahead with the gold collected here. And TaToH will move on. We'll have a week to chill before Warlords main event, which is good for him.